For so many of us, we are so incessantly in our minds. You know, whether it's through work, needing to think things through, needing to plan, we're worrying about, what's coming, like, oh my gosh, what's happening with schools in the fall? What's going to happen with my job? How long is this coronavirus going to go on for? What about issues of injustice? All of these concerns. Or we're in our minds thinking about the past, about maybe regrets we had, things that we wish were different, memories, maybe we liked it better before we were staying at home so much. And our minds become oriented in this way, whether they're leaning towards the future and wondering what's going to happen, or they're clinging to or regurgitating, reminiscing, somehow stuck on the stickiness of the past. And of course, most of us have heard, there is something about being in the present moment where we can come out of that incessant cycling of thoughts and be with what is right now, which is neither the future or the past, but the present moment. And for anyone who sat down to meditate, you can think, wow, this is actually quite hard because I sit down and immediately my mind takes over. The mind is really sticky. It's really compelling. It has a lot of momentum. That's how we can think of our mind, is that it has a lot of momentum. So many years of thinking and the kind of the perpetual momentum of thought. Yet our body has some gravity. And when we train ourselves to notice the feeling in our body and to connect to the feeling in our body, it is an access point to being in the present moment. And not only that, but we get access to a different kind of intelligence and wisdom. One that is not about the cognitive mind and trying to work it out and think things through rationally or irrationally, but dropping in and tuning into our bodies where there's a whole other source of wisdom. It might speak to us in sensation, in intuition, or instinct. And yet when we are in the cycling of our mind, we miss this. And so in this practice, what we do is we start by connecting to the breath. And the way we connect to the breath is by feeling the sensation of the breath. We don't have an idea of the breath. I mean, we might, but then what we do is we actually drop in and we feel the sensation of the breath. And then we open to feel the sensations of the body and noticing what's here. Sensations in the body occur in real time in this present moment. And so we're present with those. And in this way, it's like an anchor. Both the breath and the sensations in our body are like an anchor that can draw us down out of the dry spinning of our mind and into the present reality of our body. And from there, you can see what else arises. So you're going to notice when we meditate that you'll come to your breath, or you'll start to notice sensations in your body, and then your mind gets busy, kicks in, and there's memories and fears and anticipations, all that kind of thing. And so then we also simply notice that. We notice that those are arising in the present. But then we come back to the body, because in this meditation that we're going to do, it is about cultivating this connection to our body that so many of our lives ignore. We have this momentum, we have this, really our culture and way of being that is so set up around spending time inside of our mind, inside of our thoughts. How many of us just think, if I could just work this out, if I could just think this through, if I could just get this answer. And we tend to lean towards thinking our mind is going to give it to us. If we think rationally enough, if we think deeply enough, if we get the right advice, we're going to be able to get the answer. But often answers, insights in this practice, insight meditation, they come from somewhere beyond the mind. And you could say in that way, they come from more deeply in the body. Our body holds so much wisdom that we don't access because we have a hard time connecting to it and feeling it. And believe me, it has a lot to tell us. So let's do a little bit of practice with this. Let's spend some time connecting with the body, with our body, with the sensation in our body. And we can know, if you think right now, like, how do I know I have a body? How do you know? How do you know that your butt is sitting on the chair or on the ground, or your feet are standing on the ground? Well, you know through sensation. So sensation would be things like warmth and coolness, pressure or softness, tingling or stillness. So you can start tuning in right now. Maybe just actually start by noticing your hands, wherever your hands are, whatever they're touching or wherever they're laying. Simply notice, what are the sensations in your hands? Are they warm or cool or hot? Do they feel pulsing or tingling? Is there any sharpness in them? Maybe even if you have them touch each other, is there dryness or wetness? Is there roughness or smoothness? So you can inquire in this way into the sensation in your body. And you can notice as you do this, it's hard for your mind to get thinking at the same time because you're connected to the present moment of the sensation in your body. So as you do this, as you're slowing down, you might become aware of your breath. And you can become curious about the sensation of your breath. How do you know you're breathing? How do you know you're breathing? Well, I can feel a pressure pressing out into my belly. And then I can feel a tension expanding in my chest. And then I feel a softening and a releasing, like my chest moves inward. So I also feel emotion. And then like a sense of gravity down through my belly with the exhale. So get curious for you. How do you know you're breathing? Feeling into it in your body. So let's do a little bit of meditation practice. We'll meditate together for 10, 15 minutes, a short meditation, but an opportunity to really drop in and notice, what is our body saying? What does it feel like to be rooted in our body? And what might arise from there? What insight and intelligence might arise from our body when we let go of the stickiness of our mind? So if your mind does take you during this meditation, if you notice you're caught in thoughts, sounds, emotions, just notice that. Come back to the sensation in your body. There's nothing wrong. We're just practicing. So if you're comfortable with it, close your eyes. Or if you're not comfortable, you can allow your eyes to be cast down towards the ground. Soften your vision. And you can even notice, how does that feel in your body? And as you drop in, again, notice your breath. And not just notice your breath like you're somehow floating above it, looking at it, but actually feel your breath from the inside. Feel the breath as it moves through your body. Feel your body experiencing the breath. What are the sensations of breathing? You might feel them in your belly or your chest or your nostrils where the breath enters and exits. Being really curious. What are the sensations of breathing? Tension, pressure, warmth, motion, maybe dryness, coolness. Feeling the breath, feeling from the very beginning of the in-breath, noticing where the in-breath starts And then feeling the full body of the in-breath. And then noticing where the out-breath, the exhale starts. And feeling through your body the out-breath. You're feeling from the inside. And then the next one, connecting in and feeling at the very beginning of the in-breath, the whole body of the in-breath, and then noticing where the in-breath ends and the sensation of that. There's a gap between the in-breath and the out-breath. What does that feel like in your body? And then the out-breath. How does the out-breath feel? It probably feels different than the in-breath. How is it different? What does it feel like? So a few more like this. Connecting to the very beginning of the in-breath. Feeling the sensations of the in-breath through your body. Feeling the top of the in-breath and that gap. And then the beginning of the out-breath. And the different sensations of the out-breath. And then even there's a pause. What does that pause feel like before the next in-breath? So try a few like this on your own. In-breath, feeling the sensations, the pause, the out-breath, the end of the out-breath. Now, as you do this, you might notice there are sounds, there's other thoughts or emotions rise up, and your mind gets pulled from the breath, from the sensations in your body. So just notice that's happened. Like, oh, there's a thought, or there's restlessness, or there's a bird. Come back to your breath. Feeling into the next sensation. You can always come back to the next sensation. Now you can think of this breath like an anchor. It's a way to anchor into the present moment, into your body, into this other way of knowing. And if another sensation arises in your body, maybe there's a pinch in your hip, or there's heat in your palms, or you can feel the pressure of your butt on the cushion, open to that and feel that as sensation. Your mind might have a bunch of ideas about it, like I like it, I don't like it, or it's uncomfortable, or it's pleasant. So you can notice that and then come to the sensation of it. Oh, be curious. Is it warm or cool? Is it dense or light? What is the quality of sensation in this part of your body? Is it pulsing or still? Notice what happens as you pay attention, as you feel it. Then it may lessen, it may fade, and if it disappears, you can either notice what the next sensation is that arises in your body, or you can come back to the sensations of the breath. So we're paying attention to the sensation of the body, rooting in the body, feeling the body. Starting with the breath, feeling the breath in the body, staying there, or if another strong sensation arises, opening to feel that sensation. Noticing the quality of it, feeling the sensations of it. You might even notice your whole body like a landscape of sensations, and they're arising like many sequentially, like, oh, there's a heat and then a pressure and then a tingling, opening to feel all of it right here in this moment inside of your body, feeling the sensation, which is the language of this very present moment. Getting curious about sensation, being willing to feel it. There might be sensations that are uncomfortable that we want to pull away from, that we don't like. They might feel scary or they might provoke a lot of thought. See if you can stay with the sensation even if it's uncomfortable, even if it feels unpleasant or your mind says, I don't like this. Can you stay with it a little longer? Can you be curious and open to it? Be willing to feel it. And then what happens with the sensation as you do that? As you increase your willingness and your openness to feel what's there. Maybe it grows. And can you stay with that? Oh, the sensation's expanding. Maybe it lessens and you can stay present with that for the feeling of it lessening, the feeling of it softening. Maybe it morphs and it shifts into a different sensation, and staying curious about that, present to whatever your body is revealing to you. Once again, if you notice you're caught in your mind, acknowledging that, and then coming back to your body, to the next breath, to a strong sensation. Experiencing the present moment through our body, sensation occurring right here, right now. This is our access to the present moment and to a different kind of intelligence beyond the mind. Being willing to listen, to feel, to experience sensation, experience life through our body. And no matter what's happened to you, what's happened for you through this meditation, in the last few minutes, coming back to your breath with that same curiosity, feeling the beginning of the in-breath, the full expansion of the in-breath, however that feels in your body, and then the out-breath. the release, relaxation, softening. And one more time, experiencing life through your body, through your breath.